welcome you into this broadcast of youth hockey today on KSM Productions. Today, we have the Lysander Lightning 12UAA taking on the Syracuse Valley Eagles 11UAA here from Three Rivers Athletic Complex in Baldwinsville, New York, on Sunday, September 21st, 2025. I'm Killian Heffron, joined alongside by my color commentator and camera operator, Brian Heffron. Now, Brian, in Lysander, they played a game yesterday against Ithaca, ended up winning that game. I believe it was 7-3. And Valley, they were supposed to play Rome yesterday, but that game ultimately ended up getting canceled. What do you think the effect of having a game already in the books this weekend will be for this Lysander team compared to Valley?
Yeah, it's good to be here, Killian. Yeah, it's a great question. One of the things we'll have to look for to see is how tired, at the first, especially in the first period here, Lysander shows up. I mean, these are young kids, right? So you can assume that they got lots of energy to do multiple games on a weekend. But I think it's something that we can look at and see if the Lightning come out strong. It's going to be a great match, though. Rivalry match, if you can call local rivalries. I think Valley and Lysander have a good history of going back and forth, so looking forward to a great game. Yeah,
well, let's have a look at the rosters for both teams, starting out with the Lysander Lightning. As you can see, head coach Jason Heindorf, assistant coaches Jason Daigle, Drew Farley, Brian DeVenny, and Matthew Poirier. And like we mentioned, this Lysander team played a game yesterday. They currently sit at 2-1 on the season.
Yeah, and this roster consists of both, right, 2014 and 2013 players. This is a 12U traditional squad coming into this game.
Now we will have a look at the Valley roster. Their head coach, Derek Hawkins, assistant coaches Chris Armbrust, Scarf Coviello, and Tim Killoran.
And this squad is made up, I believe, entirely of 2014s. I believe this is 11U squad. So a little bit of an older age when it comes to these two squads facing each other on the Lysander side. But look, Valley's got quality, has always had a quality program, and I expect this to be a strong matchup between the two.
Well, as we come into this game, Lysander is sitting at 2-1 with a loss to the Skinny Atlas Lakers, or tournament-bound team, in their first game of the season last weekend. They rebounded the next day and took down the Rochester Coalition, one of their three 12UAA teams. And then yesterday they beat Ithaca by a score of 7-3. Meanwhile, Valley started off the season with two matchups against Wilkes-Barre, losing in both. However, they rebounded the next weekend and took down the Rochester Junior Americans in a pretty convincing win.
Yeah, so one of the things I think we look for is yesterday, Lysander, in that Ithaca game, we had a chance to look over that footage, and what we saw was a Lysander team that came off very lethargic, very slow. Sort of Ithaca came in and sort of did a punch in the mouth, so to speak, and went up 2-0 before that Lysander team had a rebound. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Heindorf does with his guys, see if they come out strong in that first 5 minutes of play. But at least both teams have got some action already, so this is not necessarily a shaking off the cobweb type game. Things are starting to settle now for these teams as they get ready to jump into play for the fall. So, yeah.
Well, with that clock just ticking down in warm-ups, Lysander will be wearing their home white, and they will start shooting from right to left from the perspective of our center camera. Valley wearing their road black. They will shoot from left to right from the perspective of our center camera. A little refresher on the rules, since this is 12U, periods are 15 minutes long and penalties 1 minute and 30 seconds in length. Now, this Valley team, as you said, Brian, and composed of 14s, and a lot of them are used to 1 minute penalties, so it's definitely a big transition going from 1 minute to minute 30 penalties, because that 30 seconds will definitely make a difference. It gives the teams on power play or on penalty kill some extra time to either refine their technique or scramble around.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't have scientific evidence to back up any of what I'm about to say, but one can assume that power play has become much more effective as we add in that extra 30, because, right, I mean, it takes a little time to get things settled in, to get that play set up before, to move that puck around your edges. So I would be shocked to see if we don't see more scoring this year when it comes to the power play on both sides of play.
Well, this one just set to get going In goal for Valley, number 41, Nicholas Gucciardi. In goal for Lysander, number 20, Robert Austin. Opening faceoff is taken at the center by Karsten Heffron for Lysander. Faceoff is won by the Lightning, and we are underway. This comes along over, fired up the wall, where it will be taken back, fired up, played with a high stick by Lysander, and we will get our first whistle of the game. Faceoff will come back into the Lightning zone. That was Karsten Heffron there who reached his stick up and touched that puck above the shoulder.
Yep. The play can continue as long as the team that hit the puck with the stick, right, doesn't touch possession, right? If it goes over to the opponent, play continues.
Yes, that is the rule. Face-off taken and won by Valley. They try to push in. Shot there got blocked. Picked up by Heffron. He will try to skate it out. Has Devaney with him. And Heffron will make the pass up to Devaney. Devaney into the offensive zone from the outside. Will shoot one. Save made by Gucciardi. And this will come back around over to the corner. Opportunity for the Lightning. Can they make a move? It's Poirier. Backhand just goes wide. Heffron now tried to fire that out. It's taken away by Valley. Intercepted by the Lightning. Opportunity shot there. I believe that was by a Poirier was stopped. Played around out to the point, and it'll be picked up by Valley, who will make their way out. It's Rory Kaloran into the offensive zone. He'll fire one around the side, picked up by Lysander, and here they come out of the zone. Devaney will fire this one in. Lysander in pursuit of it. That's Nolan Farley down low. It's chipped ahead and all the way down the ice, where it will not become an icing as the Lightning will pick it up. This gets fired up and played by Valley, trying to control this on the wall. Jay Skellett was in there for Lysander. Ends up pancaking a Valley player that was fired in. Opportunity now for Lysander. They can't get the shot off initially. Chavain's attempt goes around the net. Played down low. It's somewhere along the corner. Now they're able to take it out. Fired along. And here comes Yamini, who fires this up out of the zone. One-on-one race for the puck. Lysander able to get there. This is Rocco Spino, one of the 2014s on the Lightning. He sends this up, and the Lightning will take this into the offensive end. Jay Skellett makes the pass over to Nolan Farley. Farley cuts to the middle, had it poked away at the last second. Good defense there by Griffin Hunt. This goes around behind the net. Heffron makes a play, and it chipped up to the point where it's backhanded in by Wheeler. Gets fired back up and will make its way down the ice. 12:40 to go here in the first period. This one will just scooch by the net, and officials decide to wave off the icing as the goaltender had a chance to play it as it went through his crease. Battled for down low, chipped up, and it's scooped up by Heffron. Heffron has Devaney with him. Will make the pass up to Devaney, but it'll be carried in offside as the defense is able to get that one out of the zone.
Yeah, kind of what we thought we'd get here. A little back and forth on it. Lysander seems to have a little bit of the edge of getting the puck on the offensive zone, but kind of a good battle already that we got here.
Certainly a fiery start for the Lightning. Valley, though, has been able to combat them pretty well throughout this beginning, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, look at, and one of the things we're going to watch is they have season Valley with their season goaltending here. Had an outstanding play last year. You know, one of the things that Valley just does well is they do a really good job with their defense, making sure they shut down any offensive attack. So Lysander's going to have to score early if they get the chance here.
That's fired up to Heffron. Heffron will bring it into the offensive zone. Tried to make a chip play, was unable to do so. Down low, Poirier hits it up the wall, and Valley will take possession. This will go out of the zone. A race for the puck. Marafa trying to get that one, was matched up with Blake Savicki, who was able to hit that one away.
Yeah, we've had a couple of times where that opportunity.
Well, now an opportunity for Valley. Backhander, they score!
Yeah.
And Valley, on their first shot on goal of the game, will make it 1-0.
Yeah, that shot went upper right. Goaltender was caught there on his, down on the ice, and for a team that was not getting much of an offensive push here outside of some breakaways, they took advantage of that goal right there.
That's Drew Hawkins with the backhander And Valley takes a 1-0 lead. And like we were saying, Valley's defense, they've been able to bend and not break so far, and their offense will pay them back with a goal.
Well, I was just going to say that the couple of offensive chances that Valley has had, they've been sort of these breakaways. Now, luckily, Lysander has been able to move their defensive player back in time to stop it, but it's interesting to see. Are they going to still get those opportunities of sort of one-on-one or one-on-zero? If so, they'd have some shooters.
Brought to the offensive zone by Farley, who just had a poke. Spino was barely able to stay on side. Good effort by him. Down into the corner. It gets chipped through the middle. Well, Jay Skellett was there, but was unable to get a play on it. This will come up and make its way out of the zone. 10:40 left to go here in the first period. Picked up by Ben Heindorf. It's played around on the net. Valley trying to forecheck onto it. Chipped up the wall. They continue to try to battle for this. It'll be held along the wall. It's still somewhere in there. A bit of a blind spot here because of the way the stands are. Chavain will battle for this on the corner. Fires it up, and this will be played by Farley. Made the pass up to Skellett. Skellett into the offensive zone. We'll dump it in deep. They'll battle for this down low. A bit of a collision there behind the net. Officials will let the play go on. Looks like both players just kind of ran into each other. Their opportunity now for Lysander as the pass went across the middle, but there's nothing there. That was Colin Devaney who made that pass. Down low, this gets fired around. Backhand pass up to the middle, shot, and a save made by Gucciardi.
Yeah, good play by Lysander there. Sort of they dumped it in. One player ran around the net, and here we go, just like we were talking about.
It's not necessarily a breakaway. Lysander was able to get the change off. Shot there, save made, and held by Robert Austin. Big chance there for Valley. And the save from Austin keeps Lysander in this one. Early on, Lysander has given up some big opportunities. Who scored for Valley? It was Drew Hawkins, I believe.
Yep.
Drew Hawkins had the goal. Thank you for the question, Scott. This is carried forward into the offensive zone. Brought along onto the side, battled for. Heffron tried to get in there. Was unable to make a play on it. Backhand pass is taken by Valley. Wall pass out. They're going to try for a breakaway. This one's just going to be off the mark and an icing. That pass is intended for Easton Hammer, who would have been gone had he been able to corral it. Shots on goal so far. Lysander with 3, Valley with 2, and Valley with the lead. Heffron matched up against Grace Coviello on the face-off. Officials making sure nobody starts early. This one goes back up to the point. It's taken by Valley, who will try to get a rush going here. Marafa tried to bring that in. He was matched up against Savicki. It's the second time those two have been in a one-on-one today. But this will be misplayed on the side of the net and stopped and held by Robert Austin.
Dangerous situation there by the Lightning. You had two players that sort of, it looked like, I don't know if they just didn't communicate with each other. One thought the other one was going to get it, and that puck was just left there dangling out there for Austin, who just kind of looked to his left and went, wait, that's not supposed to be there.
Face-off taken in. It's won by Lysander. Taken behind the net by the Lightning, will be fired up. Intended for Farley, it's just going to skip by him. And now a bit of a race to this puck. Farley is able to get to it. Will battle for it on the wall. It's still in there somewhere. Now it'll be taken out by Valley, who will clear this one around. Picked up by Marafa. Nearly was able to get it out of the zone, but Jay Skella able to hold it in. This one will come up out of the zone. Marafa will take this one for Valley. Tried to chip it in, but good stick work by Lysander prevents that. Now Lysander, since the beginning of the game, they've struggled to get sustained pressure in the offensive zone.
Yeah, Valley's taking advantage of that, right? Pushing that puck down, getting some opportunities on some one-on-zeros or one-on-one situations.
Opportunity now for Lysander at the point. The shot will come in. Minigun deflected somewhere in there, and it's blocked by one of the 10 Valley players that seem to be standing in the way of that shot. Up to the point. Chavain shoots, deflected. It's sticked to the side by Gucciardi. Battled for in the corner. Farley was locked into net battle in the front. Collision behind the net. Opportunity that jumps to the middle, but it's going to be taken away by Marafa, who will clear this one all the way down to the ice. And it will make it for an icing. The ice here can be a bit unpredictable. Face-off will be to the right of Gucciardi. Gucciardi so far 3 saves on the day. Face-off is going to be Carson Heffron matched up with Drew Hawkins, the goal scorer for Valley so far in this one. This comes up to the point. Shot gets fired in, deflects wide. It's behind the net now. Picked up by Poirier, tried to stuff it, and that one just did not make its way on net. Cleared out of the zone now by Valley, but Lysander will take it right back. It's Poirier into the offensive zone. Will make a move. Tries to get one around. It pops to the middle. Will make its way out of the zone. And now here comes Valley trying to forecheck onto this puck. Sent up the wall. It'll be grabbed by Heffron, who will just try to dump this in, but it's blocked by Valley. Their defensive positioning today has been solid, and that's another example. Long shot flies high. Behind the net now, this is Lysander. Heffron tried to get that, and he's able to eventually knock it out of the zone. Poirier gets through. Offensive opportunity for the Lightning. Backhanded, and it's loose in front. Where's the puck? And it's going to be blocked by one of the Valley players, and no shots end up going on goal there. Now we will get an offside. So a very fast sequence forwarded by Lysander going offside there at the very end, but big opportunities for the Lightning in front of that, just unable to find somebody to tap it home.
Yeah, it's almost like Valley sort of knows this is coming, and they're putting sort of an extra body in there to kind of clean that out, because Valley just does not have some clean.
Opportunity now for Lysander, backhander,
Ooh.
and that'll be sticked away by Gucciardi. Gucciardi been very strong on his stick today. He's made several little plays where he's just swiped the puck to the side. This comes up to the point now. Opportunity for Lysander. They will just elect to dump this one in deep. Battled for on the wall. Valley chips it out of the zone, and now an opportunity for the Eagles that they can get it in. They were able to. That was Easton Hammer who dumped that puck in. Battled for down low. Fired to the middle, and it's just not gonna get through. Shot will get blasted down and deep. Behind that centering pass is gonna be intercepted by the Lightning. Long pass all the way out, and it will become an icing. 5:17 left to go. Nearly 2/3 of this first period gone by. Once again, we thank you all for tuning in today to our broadcast here on KSM Productions, our game of the week here at Three Rivers Athletic Complex between these two. Officials temporarily will discuss something. Face-off taken, and it'll get blocked somewhere. It might have hit the official. Now it's picked up by Farley, who will skate this out of the zone. Farley up to the red line. Now Farley into the offensive zone, makes a good move through. He's just unable to get to that puck before it went behind the goal line. And now it'll be taken by Marafa and brought out of the zone. Marafa makes the pass over. That was to Aiden Klein. Klein dumps it in. Picked up by Skellett behind the net. Skellett still with it. Battled for on the wall. And we get a penalty here that'll go to Lysander. And I believe it's going to be Jay Skellett that'll head to the box here. And yes, it is. So Jay Skellett will head to the box. It's going to be for likely a body check, judging by that play. And Valley will pick up a power play here. Shots on goal, 4-2 Lysander.
Great opportunity for Valley, right? I mean, we just talked about the importance of power plays and taking advantage of it here. The first one of the game. Let's see what they can do.
Face-off taken in one by Valley. This will be chipped out of the zone. Heffron tries to get to it, and this pass will go back. Fired up, and it'll make its way almost in, and now here comes Heffron, who will dump this one into the offensive zone here. Good early penalty kill so far for Lysander. Battle down low. It's Griffin Hunt and Tommy Poirier. This one will make its way out of the zone. Valley will chip this around and make it down for an icing, and it will. So Potentially a costly mistake there for Valley, as this will eat up some more time for Lysander as they get an offensive zone face-off.
Yeah, almost a bit of a rush of a play on that. I think they could have slowed it down and moved that puck, to the other end of the rink. You had a couple of Valley's players that were trailing there, but sometimes you just sort of a little bit of a panic, a little bit of a push, too aggressive there, and looks like we're going to be going the opposite way here.
Face-off taken and won by Lysander, but Valley's able to immediately sprint this one out of the zone. Battled for on the wall. 43 seconds remain in the penalty. They try to skate this one around. It's picked up by Valley. They'll skate around behind their own net. Chipped up, and that'll be barely held in by Farley. He'll dump this one back in. And a great penalty kill so far for Lysander. It's kept Valley very far off the scoreboard.
Well, it's one of the things that we saw in the Ithaca game that Lysander played yesterday is they had multiple, I want to say maybe 7 times that they had folks in the box.
Shot there, save made. Rebound comes out, another save. A 2-shot sequence there for the Lightning. Initial shot came from Drew Farley. A rebound was Rocco Spino, and this will make its way out of the zone. Chavain will dump this in. The penalty is over, and we have even strength now. Battles for on the wall. Chavain tries to hit this one in, and this will make its way down back in the neutral zone. Chavain now will bring this into the offensive, and long slap is going to be mishandled by Lysander. This comes up. Held in at the point. It's going to be intercepted by Heffron, but he was just outside the zone. And that'll be the third time Heffron has caused an offside today for Lysander.
Yeah, it looks like he was going to intercept that puck right there, and it just kind of tapped off his stick too quickly before the Lysander could make it past the blue line. So.
Face-off taken, won by the Lightning.
Oh.
And that's going to be mishandled. Oh, nearly a disaster there for Lysander, but they're able to keep this one up. Battled for on the wall. Heindorf will dump this one into the offensive end. And now it'll make its way down low. It's flipped around behind the net. Valley trying to play this out. It comes up to the point. Heads over. Pass over in the middle to Heffron. Heffron had it poked away. Back up to the point. And now Valley will take over. It's Coviello. Makes the pass over to John Marafa. Marafa shooting one from the side. That was off target. Austin was in, put his glove on it and deflected it farther behind the net. Heffron will take this out. He'll make the pass up, and a breakout here for Lysander. This pass will be ahead of Poirier. Can he get to the puck? He will be able to. He's got Heffron in the middle if he wants him. He will make the centering pass. Just goes through the crease. Lysander, they're nearly able to tie this one up, but the pass just was a little too far ahead. Centering pass now. Heffron has it, and that shot did not actually
Yeah, got to be quicker with that shot there, right? The puck's down there. So if you got people in front of the net, one of the things they got to look for is just get shots off quicker.
And here's the shot from Valley. That one is turned away by Austin. Play down low. They battle for it. That's Aiden Klein on the puck for Valley. As this one comes up to the point. Shot deflects on net. Save made Austin. They're trying to stop at it for a rebound.
Yeah.
It's stopped and held. So a big 3-shot sequence there for Valley.
Yeah, a couple opportunities there for Valley. When the puck's on one side, you have the goalie on one side. They're wrapping around really quickly. Looks like they're going to have to make sure that the goalie's moving quick from one side to the next because they're going to look to sneak that in.
Hawkins there on that wraparound was looking for a second goal on the day. 1:14 left to play here in this first period. Valley wins the offensive zone faceoff. It plays around on the wall. And now the shot, they score! It popped out to the middle, and Drew Hawkins has number 2 on the day.
Well, if you give Drew Hawkins an open shot like that, it's going to be a quick release, right? And goalie's just going to have a hard time tracking that puck from that distance when he's so close. They got to put a body in front of that. Hawkins is taking advantage, right? I mean, he's got the quick shot release, and that puck comes to him. It's going to be firing off. Great shot.
Yeah, it just kind of popped out to him, and he didn't even.
No hesitation.
No
right?
hesitation, just released it. It was a perfectly placed in the net. Lysander will try to maybe get one here before the period is out. 52 seconds left to play and counting. Carried forward now by Valley into the offensive zone by who other than Hawkins. Already with 2 goals on the day, maybe trying to make it 3. 40 seconds now left. This will get passed down. Opportunity here for Farley, but a stick somehow gets dropped there and it'll get in his way. Chipped up, 25 seconds left, and we will have a offside called, and the Ice Monster will claim his first victim of the day. Half run on the draw for Lysander with 22 seconds left in this one. Firing in, that's blocked by Chavain. Heffron picks it up. He will try to carry this into the offensive end. Pass made over. Down on low. Opportunity for Lysander. Shot there. Save made by Gucciardi, who's played a great game so far. Net for Valley. Trying to carry this forward, or this, the Eagles, but that will be the end of the first period. And so we will head to intermission. Shots on goal, Lysander 7, Valley 6, but Valley holds a 2-0 lead. We will be back here in a moment. Do not go anywhere. We are back here on KSM Productions just in time for the second period of play. Valley currently holding a 2-0 lead over Lysander.
Yeah, well, I mean, Valley came out punching, right? I mean, they didn't have the puck control the entire period. I mean, it was definitely dominant on one side, and yet they took advantage.
Here's Heffron. Ended up tripping himself up, and this will come around down low. Chipped around. Valley will try to start or to clear. And this one will be blocked and now picked up by Valley. They carry it into the offensive zone. The move nearly works, but it's going to be offside, as the puck went to the defender's skates before bouncing out and causing the offside.
Well, we talked about, too, at the beginning, Killian, that, Lysander had a similar situation yesterday, right, where they came out down by 2 goals and they had to bounce back on that. A lot of that bounce back happened with more team play, right? We got a lot more passes that were crisp, and as a result, they spread out the puck, causing the defenders to have to move with them, and that allowed for scoring chances. I'll be interested to see how they respond to this period in this situation.
Farley will try to shoot one. That one just kind of trickled wide. Battled for it behind it. Opportunity for Lysander, and the pass to Farley, and it's going to be mishandled, and Valley will try to take it out. It's still loose in there. Skellett shoots, save made. And Gucciardi, yet another great save.
Yeah, just a big old pile in front of that net. But the goaltender was able to track it the entire time.
And now an opportunity for Valley. They can get to this puck, and we get a whistle. And it's a penalty. It's interference. I believe this is against Valley. Let's see who ends up going into the box here. And the Valley box is opening. It's going to be Griffin Hunt that's going to go to the box for interference. I'm unsure really what happened there, but the official saw something.
Yeah, I think it was just on the other side maybe of that play was.
And now, I mean, provided that he didn't interfere to get to the puck there.
Well, it's got to be the person who has the puck, correct? I mean, the penalty has to be interfering with the person who's in possession, or
no,
will be, or no?
No.
It can be anywhere.
It's just interfering with somebody in general. You can get an interference.
So it must have happened there on the other side, but.
Shot from Skellett. That one goes high. Like 3 players there tried to get a high stick on that. Lysander's first power play of the game. Yesterday they were on the power play twice. and capitalize once. This comes down low. Farley shooting from the outside. Save made by Gucciardi. Went off his glove and bounced through. That one's batted down. Opportunity. Farley shoots. That one's wide. Bounded for, comes up to the point. Slap shot in. It's blocked. And here comes Valley out of the zone. 37 seconds left here in the penalty kill. Dumped in deep. This will come around. And it is taken by the Lightning. I'll try to skate this out. It's Skellett into the offensive zone. Skellett, backhand pass, save made by Gucciardi. Comes up to the point now. Skellett makes a move. We'll hand it over to Savicki. Savicki's got a strong shot. He'll take it, deflects wide. Great power play so far for Lysander, but nothing to show for it. This comes up to the point. Savicki sends it across. Shot there behind our save made, rebound still loose, and it will not go through. The power play is over. A great penalty kill there by Valley to just keep Lysander off the scoreboard. They'll clear it down the ice. It'll become an icing, but that's a stoppage. Valley needs to get some changes. And I mean, Lysander had every opportunity in the world there and just could not get it to go in.
Yeah, well, strong goaltending first off, right? Goaltender was tracking that puck left and right as it moved. There was traffic in front, but he was able to kind of see through those walls and be able to stop when that puck did get the opportunity to get in front of the net.
This gets fired in. Played down low by Valley, sent up. Try to battle for this. It's played by Deveni for Lysander. It's dumped in. Centering pass, their opportunity. Heffron, I don't think he got a shot off, and it just kind of bounced wide. And I mean, another missed opportunity there for Lysander. They've had plenty of opportunities in front of them that just haven't been able to capitalize. As that one will be chipped on net and held by Austin. .11:45 left here. 3 minutes and 15 seconds going by in this second period. Lysander already with a power play. However, nothing to show for it. This will be played forward, and now it comes up. Here's Farley. Shooting one wide. Bounces around on the side. Spino will send it over to Farley. Farley centering pass. Scott scores! And Lysander will finally get on the board.
Yeah, a tic-tac-toe play, right? 3 players involved. Send it around behind the net. One pass. As soon as that puck goes right to the stick, it's launched right out to a wide open Lysander player in front.
And correction, it was not Rocco Spino with the initial pass, it was Thomas Chavain. So it'll be Skellett from Farley and Chavain who will get credit for that goal. Great tic-tac-toe pass and play, and finally Lysander able to get on the board.
Well, let's see how Valley responds on this situation, right? We've had opportunities for Lysander.
Farley backhands it, that one just went wide. Skellett now at the side, and this will be taken and brought out of the zone by Valley. Chipped along the wall, this is Griffin Hunt. Or excuse me, that is not Griffin Hunt, that was Roy Kaloran. Comes up to the point, intercepted by Lysander, but Valley will take it right back. Bounded for, and it'll make its way out of the zone. Farley will chip it in deep, and it will become an icing. 10:51 to play in the second period. Heffron on the draw for Lysander. Face-off taken and won by Valley, and their Valley's face-offs today have been solid, and it continues there as that one is stopped and held by Austin. 10:45 left to play here in the second period. Heffron on the draw. It's one back. Tried to play this was the Lightning. This will get chipped up and brought forward. Sent into the middle. Heffron tries to get to it for Lysander, but it's taken out by Valley. Cleared up. It was off a Poirier skate. And now a collision there of 2 Lysander players. Gave Valley an opportunity, but it's just grabbed by Lysander, and here's Heffron into the offensive zone. A backhand pass over, pass to the middle. It's loose in front, and Heffron could not get that one to go.
Here's a situation, right, where they did pass it between the two. We were just talking about that as being an important part of playing a little bit more team hockey, but great defending by Valley.
Good move. This is taken by Lysander. It's going to be intercepted now. Brought the other way by Valley into the offensive zone. Backhand pass in the middle, intercepted. It'll be sent out. Poirier up to Heffron. Heffron in the offensive zone, cuts through one, still with the puck. Heffron will drop it, but nobody's there, and he will have to pick it up himself. He'll make the pass down. Oh, shot, save, rebound was loose, and that is stopped. And another great save there by Gucciardi. 16th shot on goal on the day for Lysander. Spino sends it to the middle. Skellett shoots, scores! Jay Skellett, his second of the game, and Lysander ties the game at 2.
Yeah, great eyes by Spino to see the Lysander player on the far side of the rink. Just kind of did a nice little, almost like a shovel pass, right? Just sort of like lifted that puck up, finding the open player. Great shot, and now we got a tie game.
Face off 1. Farley brings this forward into the offensive zone. Lysander gave up 2 goals in the first period. They respond here early in the second and tie this one up. Battled forward down low. Lysander still with it. They try to make a play on it, but Valley will pick it up. Try to make a play to get that out. They continue the battle for this down low. It's Farley. Farley hits it to the middle, so it'll be intercepted by Valley and carried out of the zone.
Nick.
That gets chipped up, blocked by a Lightning player somewhere on the wall. And a little diving, dumping attempt thing there from Farley. It does succeed. Back pass, and
Good.
this will be played up by Lysander to carry into the offensive zone.
Yeah, we got some good puck movement here, spreading out the ice a little bit.
Now Lysander, they've looked much better than they did in the first period.
Well, I think part of it too is that, you know, Valley was at the beginning was really kind of getting some more opportunities of just these 1-0s, some breakaway situations.
Here's Heffron shooting one, stick save by Gucciardi. That's his 18th shot on goalie's face of the day and his 16th save.
But I think Coach.
Oh, and another opportunity for Lysander. That one doesn't go. Back up to the point. Farley shoots, falls down, and this will be cleared out of the zone where it's taken by Heindorf. Heindorf makes the pass up, intended for Poirier. Picked up by Heffron, who will chip it by 1, but not by the second defender. This will get cleared out of the zone. 7:35 left. This one won't make it all the way down the ice. And so now Valley will try to make a play on it. This comes up. Pass took a deflection. Heffron brings it in, but he's offside. And just got a little excited there and went in a little early.
I think the pace of the play for both teams was really picked up this second period too.
Yeah, much faster than the first period was. Lysander certainly leading in the shots on goal department. Heffron passes this back. It comes up, and it'll be played now by Valley. Tries to get on the wall. It's picked up by the Lightning. And Poirier makes the pass to the middle. Long shot goes through the crease and wide. And now that's taken out of the zone. Here's Kaloran into the offensive zone. Kaloran on the breakaway. He shoots, save Austin. And the rebound went to his feet, but he was unable to corral it. Now it's sent to the middle and will hit the side of the goal, and Austin makes a save. So Valley, that'll be their 9th shot on goal of the day. Robert Austin coming up big for the Lightning,
Yeah, great.
keeping this one tied.
Yeah, Austin sort of moved out of the crease there to stop that one.
Face-off taken and won by the Lightning. This gets shot in, blocked. Centering pass there did not go, and it'll be played by the Lightning as they will try to get this one out of the zone. Farley carries it from the left, will shoot one that may have gotten blocked somewhere in there. Farley centers it. It's loose in front, but nothing able to happen there. And it's looking chipped out of the zone. It will not make it all the way down, or will it? And it will not. Lysander is going to be forced to get to it first. The centering pass came through. It was blocked by a sliding Spino. And it comes out now up to the point. The shot for Valley is blocked. Good block there by Poirier. Getting in front of that one. Ripped around the wall, intended for Farley. Farley was unable to get possession, but Skellett coming behind him is able to. Skellett already with 2 on the day.
Great defensive play by Valley there to break it up.
And Valley will stop that rush. Carried into the offensive zone.
Here's Hawkins.
Hawkins tries to hit it to the middle. Wheeler misplays it, and he will pick it up again behind his own net. They battle for it on the wall. It's somewhere in there. Was backhand in front, nearly bounced right in front of the net. Battled for on the wall. That was Wheeler and Hawkins, that got into a bit of a shoving match. And this is going to be picked out and brought out of the zone by the Lightning. They still have the puck, and now a spin move by Poirier will get him into the offensive zone. Poirier shoots one, it's blocked, and Valley's there to take this one back out. And now opportunity for the Eagles. Backhand pass does not go. Played by Lysander. This is chipped up and goes up Heffron's helmet. Had that not hit his helmet, that would have been a clear 2-on-0 for Valley. Shot up, held him at the point. Comes in, it gets blocked, and now an opportunity for Lysander. It's Poirier. A 2-on-1, makes the pass over, back to Poirier. Just could not get the shot off. Played behind the net. Lysander trying to get possession of it. Heffron steps to it. Pass up to the point now. It is brought in by Heindorf, who goes down. And now opportunity for Valley. It's a 2-on-0 thing.
Oh.
I'm not too sure what to classify that as, because the blue line there kind of got in the way of that rush. Played to the middle. It's intercepted by Heindorf, who will throw this one out of harm's way, but not out of the zone. Battled for on the wall. It's picked up by Valley. Opportunity. Shooting. That shot goes high. On the wall. Heffron tries to scoop this one out, and it will not be out. Now it's out of the zone. Farley will make the pass up. Played into the offensive end there. That was Devaney who tried to hit that one in for Lysander. Now Valley will make their clearance out of the zone. Shot comes in deflection. It's loose in front, and that's going to be held. And so Lysander will pick up their 19th shot on goal of this game. Face-off will be to the right of Gucciardi. 3:42 left here in this second period of play. Shots on goal, Lysander 19, Valley 9. Up to the point, gets fired in, slowed down a little bit. Spino will fire it around behind the net. Battled for on the wall. Comes out to the middle now. Heindorf shooting, deflected, rebound, they score! It's Farley. And that'll make this one 3-2. And Lysander with 3 unanswered goals here in the second period. Farley camped down in front of the net. Will get the rebound off the initial shot from Ben Heindorf.
Yeah, and almost like we were talking about in the first period, where Lysander had to move some people out in front of Austin there, the goaltender. Same thing with Valley now, right? They're getting possessioning the puck, but you're getting Lysander players to get in front of that net. Valley's going to have to really work hard to clear out and get some space between the goalie and the action.
3:14 left to go here in the second period of play. Battled for along the wall. They try to battle for this one. It's still somewhere around there. One of the coaches on one of the benches was not happy with that play. This will get sent into the zone. Lysander will take it around behind their own net. Devaney will fire this one out. Battled for on the wall. It'll make it out of the zone. The dump attempt did not go. This comes up Spino in pursuit. 2:31 left in here in this one, or in the second period. Play behind the net, trying to step up to that was Lysander, but they were unable to get possession of it. This is chipped to the middle. Heffron tried to get to that, but it'll be cleared out of the zone. And down to Thomas Chavain. Chavain off the wall. This comes up. Wheeler into the offensive end. Wheeler tries to make a move down low. Battled for on the wall. Heffron will try to scoop this out. His pass is inaccurate, and it'll get cleared out and down the ice by Valley, where it will not become an icing. The ice decides to help Valley out a little bit there, and it'll pin Lysander in their own zone. 1:41 left here in this second period of play. This comes up, picked up by Heffron. Heffron brings it into the offensive end. He's got some time, but he's not going to be able to get that one to go. Battled for, 1:27 now left. Carried in, and that'll get chipped down low. 1:21 left to play here in the second period. Down low, battled for on the wall. It comes back along and picked up by Heffron. Heffron tries to make his way out of the zone, and he will. Heffron with speed into the offensive end. Backhand pass over to Poirier.
Yeah, some situations there. Good move, good spin move
Poirier,
there.
a great spin move. Wheeler shoots that one down low. It's blocked. Under a minute left to go. Heffron doing something in the corner. It comes up to the point. Wheeler, that's going to be intercepted opportunity for Valley, but the pass is just unable to be made. So get chipped up. Battle on the wall. Carried into the offensive end. Pass to the middle now. It's taken by Lightning, but this will be intercepted. 28 seconds left. Valley will clear this one out. Here's, it'll not make it for an icing. Final 20 seconds of this period will tick away. This gets chipped up. Opportunity now for Valley. Can they get something out of it? Hawkins already with two on the day, scores! Drew Hawkins, his third goal of the day. He has a hat trick, and Valley has tied this game with 9 seconds left to play.
Yeah, it's very clear they don't have an answer for him, right? I mean, so he gets that puck. They're giving him space, and we talked about it in the first period. You give a player that has a quick shot release like that, he'll take it every single day. So great moves by Valley to find the open player who has the hot shot right now.
Well, 9 seconds left in this second period. This faceoff will be won and brought all the way into the Valley zone. Final second will tick away, and that will be it here in our for the second period of play. Lysander and Valley tied at 3 shots on goal. Lysander 21, Valley 10. We will be back here in a moment on KSM Productions. Do not go anywhere. Well, it's time to talk about our sponsor today. Today's broadcast is sponsored by Ads on the Go, bringing your message on the move with state-of-the-art digital mobile billboards. From local events to big business promotions, Ads on the Go drives your brand directly to where the people are. Eye-catching, flexible, and on the go. Ads on the Go make sure your message doesn't sit still. It's rolled throughout the community and gets noticed. We thank Ads on the Go for sponsoring this broadcast as we are just ready here for the third period of play.
So it'll be interesting to see here what's Valley's tactic in the third period, right? I mean, they got a tie game. What has worked in the past, right, is getting that puck down and finding opening players for quick shots. Do they follow the same thing?
Well, we will find out. Lysander started the second period very strong, scored 3 goals, and then Valley kind of took over after that. This is played up to the point. The shot flies in, goes wide. This one will be centered off the side of the net. And taken down low, they will try to get this one out of the zone. Intercepted. Move to the middle, opportunity. Backhanded, and it's deflected, they score! Rocco Spino will give Lysander the lead back, and it's 4-3.
Yeah, Spino is having a stellar game so far. I think he's got 2 assists alongside that goal. That line seems to be working very well together, finding open players. So I'm sure Coach Heindorf for the Lysander is very happy with what he's seeing out of that production from that line.
Yeah, Rocco Spino, he's played a really strong game today. Was only able to now just get on the scoreboard, but he's had plenty of opportunities. For the Lightning, Spino, Heffron, and Cole Hawthorne, who is currently injured, and Robert Austin were all part of the Lysander 2014 AA team last year, who went to the Snowbelt Gold Division Championship game before losing to Cortland, who, I mean, frankly had an incredible season. This Valley team was also part of that tournament. Shot in, that one's deflected wide. Played behind the net, trying to get this to the middle. Backhanded is loose out in front. They try to get it, still digging at it. It's held, so a couple shots in there. And it'll be held by Gucciardi. Gucciardi with 20 saves on the day for Valley.
Yep, and you had 2, right? You had 2 Lysander players sort of right between him and the action, and they just were digging their sticks in, but he was not going to let that puck get through. Great goaltending.
This comes over, deflected behind the net, now played by Devaney. Handed over to Poirier. It's loose in front. Where's the puck? It was under Gucciardi initially. And it's held in the zone, but I mean, Lysander, another 2 shots on goal. This will be played up to the point. They will hold it, and it takes a bounce. Heffron in the middle. He'll shoot. That's blocked. That's a good block by Valley there, not letting that one get to the net. Poirier with it. He'll make a move. Heffron tried to get a shot on it. Poirier now will shoot. That one's blocked in front of the net. Good defense there by Valley.
Yeah, good pressure by Lysander here. They're not letting it get out, but
just over 2 minutes gone by here in this third period. Trying to bring this in now is Valley, but met by several Lightning players. It's Poirier. Has Heffron with him. Poirier to the outside. Good defense there by Valley, specifically Griffin Hunt. Will not let anything go there. Heffron with an opportunity off the initial shot from Farley. That did not go. That shot goes in deflected. It's loose in front, and that one will go off the side of the net. Taken down low. Farley centers it. Up to the point now. There's a new Lysander player on the ice. I can't see what number that is, but we'll find out in a minute. This comes out long. We have an injured Valley player on the ice. It's a Griffin Hunt who went down. The official's currently having a conversation with one of the Valley players. Hunt looks to be okay, fortunately. But what a shift there by Lysander.
good to see the gentleman get up there on his own.
Lysander here will make a line change after that previous line was on for a full minute of pressure. Definitely not the easiest thing to maintain when you're on the ice for over 40 seconds. But they were able to do it. We'll see if this line for Lysander can continue that momentum. Playing on the wall. Farley tried to block that one. It comes up and it'll be nearly cleared out of the zone. Yes, it will. It's blown dead offside. So 12-10 left to go here in this third period of play. Skellett on the draw for Lysander. This is hit forward into the offensive end. Battled for on the wall. And it'll be cleared out and down the ice. There's a good move there by the Lightning. This bounce up to the point. Opportunity for Valley. Shot comes in. Save made by Austin on the deflection. That's a big chance there for Valley. This will be chipped out of the zone. And a near disaster there for Valley, but the Lightning were able to not bring this in. Now they are. Opportunity coming here for Lysander. A back pass by Skellett. He had no options. He's going to have to continue to skate it. He'll look up to the point now. It's just fire back down low. Skellett again to the middle. Opportunity, walking in, shooting. Save Gucciardi, a glove snag.
Yeah, great. Open lane all the way from the shot all the way to the goal, but that goalie had it tracked the entire time. Great stuff by the goaltender.
That was Thomas Chavain with the shot there for Lysander. And the scoreboard has now died in the rink, it seems. So we will do our best to keep time. For now. Now, the scoreboard in here has had issues in the past. And Lysander here will use this to make a change. That'll be Brady Pearson coming off for Ryan Wheeler.
Well, we use the stop and play just to remind folks that if you are interested in having your team be on the KSN future broadcast, all you got to do is visit our Facebook page, or you can contact us on our YouTube page. Reach out, let us know when the game is, and we'd love to come out and do a broadcast. We try to do at least one broadcast per week, and hopefully that will be an opportunity for, once again, for these teams to get some exposure in our area.
Once again, a reminder that this broadcast is sponsored by Ads on the Go. Digital mobile billboards that bring your brand onto the streets and give you unprecedented views.
So it looks like we're going to go without that scoreboard going. Although even though it still has a clock that's running right now at 9:30.
So I'm unsure what will happen here. I currently have 11:18 on my scoreboard, but I'm unsure. It looks like they'll keep it on their own. So it looks like time will be kept inside of the box. So the time up here on the scoreboard is going to be a rough estimation from here on out. Face-off will now finally happen. It's taken in one. Comes back up to the point. Shot gets fired. Deflects. And it will bounce around the wall. This comes out held in at the point, and now it will be taken by Valley. They try to bring it into the offensive zone. Good move. Centering pass to the middle. Opportunity there. Shot got deflected wide. Heffron picks it up. And they still are battling for it on the wall. Now it'll finally come out. Backhand pass, tries to go through. Centering pass opportunity. It's loose in front, and it's still there. They score! And Valley will tie this one up. I believe that was Aiden Klein.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who gets that goal for Valley.
Yeah. And I'm not sure. I don't know if it deflected. It was sort of a pop-up type situation. It kind of bounced a little bit before it went in. I don't think Austin saw it at all.
It was a weird little play, but Valley will tie this game up again. And this game's been back and forth all day. Battle for on the wall. Long pass up is caught by Spino. Spino will take it into the offensive end. And we get a whistle here for offsides. And we thank you, Jessica, for the kind words. Always a pleasure to come out and do some games on the weekend. Face-off taken and will be won by really nobody. It was just kind of stopped there at the dot before finally somebody came in and dug it out. Played for on the wall by Lysander. This comes up in. And they try to battle for nearly a good poke check play there for the Lightning. Carried in here by Skellett. Skellett makes the pass down low. Opportunity for the Lightning, but they're unable to hold this in. Eindorf will fire this one back down low. Behind the net, it's Farley. Farley surveys his options. He'll try to wrap it himself, but Gucciardi was ready for it. And this is brought to the middle. Hawkins tries to make a play on it. Now they try to get it through, and it'll be taken out of the zone. Kaloran, well, it's a 2-on-1 now. Or it's more of a 3-on-2. Kaloran shoots, save made and held by Austin. 9:36 possibly left here in this one.
An estimated time. Well, as we thought, right? A great battle in this game. Close score, kind of what we expected.
Faceoff will be taken and won by the Lightning. This comes up. Heffron tries to sneak this by. He was met by number 55 of Valley. That was Roman Yamini. Battle for, and they try to clear out of zone. Held in now by the Eagles, and now Lysander starting to get on their toes a little bit here. Roughly about 9 minutes here left in this one. Carried in now, opportunity for Lysander. Long shot is blockered away. That's the 30th shot on goal of the game for Lysander. This will get chipped out by Yamini. Blocked. And it's somewhere in there. This comes forward, now played into the offensive zone. Opportunity now for the Lightning. They try to battle for it. This will get chipped around. Yamini fires this up the boards. Was blocked initially by Heffron. His second attempt will not make it out yet. It's still somewhere up there, and now it'll be chipped out. Brought into the offensive zone now by Chavain. Chavain from the side will dump it in. Heffron picks it up behind the net. Will survey his options, tries to make a move and goes down. Centering pass is sticked away by Gucciardi. Poirier behind the net. Poirier centers it, they score! And Lysander once again takes the lead. It's Thomas Chavain. And now all of a sudden, this one is 5-4. I mean, this has been a very interesting game for both Valley and Lysander. It said a lot about both teams and how they will respond. Valley's refused to give up, though. They've been trying to constantly fight their way back into this game. Brought forward by Wheeler. Wheeler into the offensive end. Wheeler tries to make a move. He cuts to the middle. This comes back up to the point. Skellett firing, deflected, and it's not going to go really on net at all. Just kind of died in front. The official's going to pick up a stick now, and he'll hand it to one of the Valley players. That's something I've never seen before. Heindorf fired this across. Opportunity for Farley if he can get to it. It comes up and played by Wheeler. Wheeler, good initial move, but he was unable to get the second one to go. And this will get dumped into the zone, but not before Skellett made a play, and there was a pretty big collision there on the side. No penalties assessed by the officials. Down low, Heindorf. Heindorf makes the pass up. It's taken by the Lightning. Now down low. Centering pass, it's loose in front. Can they find it? And they just could not get that one to go. Another centering pass to the middle. That one on his stick to side. Rebound, it's still loose there in front. Finally, we get a whistle. 3 shots on goal in that little sequence there for Lysander. They now have 34 shots on goal.
Well, that's throw all the players up there in front of the net in these situations. We've seen a lot of that, a lot of digging, a lot of sort of scrappy play happening up front. Good physical battle in this game.
Face-off taken and won by the Lightning. Up to the point, pass comes across. It gets shot. Now on the shot, they score! I believe that was Chavain. That's Thomas Chavain with the goal, and it is 6-4 Lysander. I believe that's his second of the day, correct?
I believe so. I think in the last shift. It wasn't the last shift that this group was out. I think they scored.
So Chavain will pick up a goal, and it is now 6-4 Lysander here with probably 6:29 left in this one. Now the clock in here is ticking. It's been constantly running because there's been an issue with it, and I don't believe they're using that clock. And now brought into the offensive end, and again by Lysander. Now Lysander are doing what they did against Ithaca yesterday. They struggled out early, were able to fight back, and then pulled away towards the end. But Valley might have something to say about this. Into the offensive end shot, and that one is going to hit the toe of Austin. And now it's scooped up to Heffron. Heffron with a one-on-one, and Heffron's just going to take this. He will shoot from the outside. He hit the post. And Heffron looked like he was thought about trying to cut more to the middle, elected just to shoot, and the shot was accurate, but just did not get the bounce he was looking for. Lysander just an inch away from making this a 3-goal game. And this will fly out of the zone. Hawkins is on this puck. He's already got 3 goals on the day. This is given around, scooped up by Lysander, but misplayed. Opportunity for Valley. Hawkins is stopped. And Hawkins, who has seemed to be Robert Austin's kryptonite, will not be able to get that one by him there.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's one of those situations where it doesn't really matter how many times they may get one, by you. In the moment where it counts, right? In that situation, we had a great save by Austin. So
now the buzzer will go off in the rink. As the broken clock has now finally reached the end of its countdown. And now it's carried forward by Skellett. Probably about 5 minutes left in this one. Skellett, he's going to break through the defense. He will shoot. Stopped there by Guccione. It bounces in front. Where's the puck? And we finally get a whistle. Oh, man, that was another close call there for Lysander. 37 shots on goal. And we thank you, Suzanne, for those kind words. I would honestly not have it any other way here on a Sunday morning. Nothing else to do. Might as well let some people watch their grandchildren or children or friends or anything of that sort. This shot comes in and goes wide. Played down low. Opportunity in the middle. Centering pass. That one, I don't know if that made it on net. I don't think it did. It comes up to the point now. Let's get blasted in. Deflected. It's there in front. Gucciardi, another save. And, I mean, he has played great today. 32 saves.
Well, that's one of the things Lysander has. It definitely has some defensive players who have some great shots from the outside. That one didn't touch anybody. Almost from right outside that blue line. That came skipping in there. Great tracking by the goaltender.
Face-off taken in 1. Battled up to the point. Pass over to Heindorf. Heindorf shoots. Got blocked on the way in. And now taken out. And Valley will try to carry this into the offensive end. Lysander so many times today have just tried to get that 3-goal lead, but they've been unable to do it. Carried forward by Jay Skellett. Now we will get an offside as a move at the blue line will cause that play to end in failure. 4:28 probably left here in this one. Heffron on the face-off for the Lightning. He will not win it. It's a good job by Valley there to win that one back. They sent it forward, but Lysander picks up. Good little passing sequence here. Devaney intended for Heffron, but Heffron had to stop to avoid being offside. That's one of the things Lysander struggled with today. They've been offsides quite a few times. This gets chipped around. Opportunities, they try to get this one to go forward. This is blocked. Heffron will be able to get this one to go inside. Heffron will take a long shot. Batted down by Gucciardi. With a 39th shot on the day for Lysander. Coviello picks this up down low for Valley. This looking cleared up and not sent out of the zone yet. Poirier will survey his options. He'll dump it down low, but nobody was there for it. Now Poirier will fire this one back in. Down low, chipped around the near side. Pearson was looking to center down with the Poirier, but was unable to get that one through. The Valley defender comes up to the point. Farley sent it around, but it's going to be intercepted. However, once again, Lysander keeps this in. It's Karsten Heffron.
They're really making it defensive
He'll
work
go
for
up to
Valley.
the point. Shooting off the post! It's down low. They still are unable to get that 7th goal. Whether it's luck for Valley or whether it's solid defense, Lysander has just been unable to make this a 3-goal game. So many chances. Long pass. This one will go all the way down the ice. And we will get an icing. So probably about 2:38 left here in this game. Valley trying to fight back to potentially tie this one up. Shot comes through, deflects down low. It's held behind in that opportunity for Valley. Can they get it? It's loose in front, and it's going to be stopped and held by Austin. Through that little scramble. Face off to the right of Austin. 2:29 left to go. It's taken and one. Comes forward, gets deflected up, and it's blocked down. Trying to get a move. It's sent down low. Shot goes wide. And now it's carried forward. Here comes Lysander out of the zone into the offensive end. Farley shoots, blocked. And now it's an empty net for Valley. I didn't even realize that until right now. So Valley with 6 on the ice after they pulled their goalie. This will come out. Long shot aimed for the empty net, got blocked. Now they try to tap it forward. Farley tried to get to it, and it's not going to go there. And now brought forward by Valley into the offensive end. That comes on. That's stopped and held by Austin. Face-off taken. Down low, Valley, net empty.
Important face-off here for both teams.
It's won by Lysander. They will try to eat some time off the clock. And my guess is there is probably less time than the clock here on our scoreboard is showing. Again, the clock here in the rink is broken. And we get a whistle for offsides. Yes, Scott, I mean, this has been a really incredible game, really back and forth. Valley started off really strong on 2-0 lead. Lysander battled back, took a 3-2 lead. Valley tied it up. Then Lysander took the lead again, then Valley tied it up again. And now Lysander finally trying to start to pull away here. And this will be played down low. Net empty, opportunity for Lysander. It's Poirier, he'll shoot. It's up, it's somewhere around there, and nobody was able to get it to go. Slap shot from the point, intended for the empty net, got blocked. Now they will score. It is Colin Devaney with that one, and Lysander will put away the empty net goal with maybe just over a minute left. So it takes the goalie coming out of the goal physically for Lysander to find that 7th goal. That'll be their 41st shot on goal of this game. We'll see if Valley maybe tries to go for another pull goalie, or they'll just let this game run out. Likely under a minute left now. Skellett brings it into the offensive end. He'll cut through. Skellett gonna look for something. He will elect to just send this one up to the point. Gets fired in. Oh, it goes on net there. Save made by Gucciardi. Up to the point. Battle through, opportunity again for Lysander. The backhander is gloved and held by Gucciardi. 43rd shot on goal of the game for Lysander. And yes, and so there's people saying 15 seconds, so that sounds like it's probably about right. This comes along up. Now 10 seconds left to go. Valley will try to get one more rush in. They carry it in. 5 seconds. And we get a whistle. So 6 seconds left to go. Face-off is won by the Lightning. Final few seconds will tick off, and Lysander will improve to 3-1 on the year as they take down Valley by a final score of 7-4.
Yeah, great battle between the two teams here. This is going to be, I think, a matchup that we watch all year long. I think they play each other a few more times. Could have gone both ways, both coming out scoring on their end, especially in that first period. But excellent goaltending on Valley. Lysander was throwing a lot at them, but ended up being too much power, too much offensive power, too many people in front of the net, and Lysander was able to cash in a few times to pull away here. But great matchup.
Yeah, overall, Lysander, really solid performance, as well as Valley. I mean, that game was back and forth throughout the entirety of it, and really going to be a really fun matchup when these two meet again later this season. But that will be it for us here from Three Rivers Athletic Complex in Baldwinsville, New York. I'm Killian Heffron on controlling the scoreboard, the graphics, and the live video. My color commentator, Brian Heffron, controlling the camera. We will see you guys next time here on KSM Productions. We thank you all for tuning in. And if I can find the correct button, this is kind of embarrassing. We will say goodbye. Thank you all for tuning in.